Our next presenter is Jack Rabe. Comes from the Conservation Sciences graduate program from the College of Agricultural Natural Resource Sciences.
When we're kids, we hear classic fairy tales like Little Red Riding Hood or The Three Little Pigs, where a big bad wolf runs around causing problems. Even as adults, these bedtime stories stick with us. It's no wonder then that wolves have become so controversial, especially out west, where instead of Three Little Pigs, we're talking about elk. Ask anyone what they think of wolves and you'll hear they're bloodthirsty killers or they change the rivers being howled back and forth. But it's not so black and white. Wolves aren't careless killers of elk any more than they're the answer to all of our conservation problems. So how do wolves affect elk and where do other elk predators fit in? My goal is to develop a more complete, nuanced picture of how all large predators, including humans, impact northern Yellowstone elk. By connecting the dots of past and present carnivore work, I plan to unearth the mysteries behind elk predation and figure out what it all means for the future of the elk population. To do this, I'm out in bone-chilling snowstorms, watching wolves hunt elk through powerful spotting scopes. I'm tracking collared wolves, cougars, bears, and elk across Yellowstone skies, roads, and trails. And I'm hiking thousands of miles through thick forests, rugged canyons, waist-deep snow, and who knows what else, all in search of animal remains from predator kills left behind. None of which is as easy as I make it sound, but hey, it beats the agonizing hours I spend staring at spreadsheets and statistical models on my computer. Wolves kill about 5% of elk in northern Yellowstone each year. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, Jack, that doesn't seem like a lot, and you're right. But it's not just wolves that elk have to worry about. There are also cougars, bears, and even humans that rely on elk for food. My research will look at both how many elk and which elk each predator kills from one year to the next. For example, a predator that kills mostly old elk, like wolves and cougars, will have a smaller impact than a predator killing young and healthy adult elk. Humans often kill these elk because they target elk that look big and healthy. But these younger adult elk that give birth almost every year are much more valuable to the community than an older elk who may never give birth again. So why does any of this matter? Well, solving the mystery of how predators like wolves affect elk can give us the knowledge and tools we need to conserve wildlife and wild places through our children's and grandchildren's lifetimes. And maybe then we'll all be telling our kids bedtime stories, not of a big bad wolf, but of a wolf just out in the wild, trying to make it from one day to the next, just like Little Red Riding Hood. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.